Good people don't get rewarded, they get used. Not because the world is evil, but because the world understands goodness better than good people do. And Machiavelli warned about this 500 years ago, yet almost nobody noticed what he was really saying. Watch any hierarchy closely. A workplace, family, friend group, online audience. The one who always helps becomes the one everyone waits for. The one who always forgives becomes the one everyone risks offending. The one who always explains becomes the one nobody fears losing. Goodness creates reliability. Reliability creates expectation. Expectation removes negotiation. You did not become loved. You became infrastructure. Machiavelli warned, men are quicker to forget the death of a father than the loss of their patrimony. People don't bond to your virtue. They bond to what your virtue gives them. You confuse appreciation with dependency. They are not attached to you. They are attached to access. By the end of this video, you will understand why being kind often lowers your status, why some people instinctively disrespect you, and how to stay morally good without becoming psychologically weak. If you've ever felt ignored, walked over, or silently replaced, this isn't motivation. This is survival knowledge. The first trap, goodness signals safety but not respect. Let's start with a hard question. Why do people trust you with responsibility, but not authority? Why do they come to you for help, but not listen to your advice? Pause. Because your goodness tells the brain something very specific. This person will not hurt me even if I hurt them. And the human brain relaxes around people it doesn't fear. Sounds good, right? Wrong. Because the same mechanism that creates comfort destroys status. In psychology, respect is not built from comfort. Respect is built from uncertainty of consequences. Think about two co-workers. One is nice, forgiving, understanding. The other is calm, fair, but firm, who gets interrupted, who gets talked over, who gets last-minute work dumped on them. You already know. Goodness removes friction. But friction is what makes people adjust their behavior around you. Without it, they adjust you instead. And here's the hidden cost. The nicer you become, the more your boundaries become negotiable. But don't worry, it gets deeper. Because sometimes people don't disrespect you consciously. Their brain simply categorizes you. Let's talk about that next. The status classification instinct. Every human brain runs a silent program. Threat, neutral, or useful. Within seconds, people place you into one of these categories, not morally, biologically. And pure goodness accidentally pushes you into one category. Useful? Useful people are appreciated, but never prioritized. Notice this pattern. They forget promises to you. They delay replying to you. They cancel plans with you. But they're not evil. They just don't feel psychological loss when losing you. Because the brain senses. This person won't punish disloyalty. Machiavelli wrote something shocking. It is safer to be feared than loved. If you cannot be both. He wasn't promoting cruelty. He was describing neurological reality. The brain values what it might lose more than what it freely has. So when your presence has no cost to mistreat, your value unconsciously drops. Have you ever noticed people suddenly respect you only after you withdraw? Exactly. You didn't become different. You became scarce. And scarcity creates psychological gravity. But now comes the dangerous misunderstanding. People hear this and think, I should become cold. No, that creates enemies. There's a third option Machiavelli hinted at. Almost nobody teaches it. Controlled warmth, the forgotten skill. The goal is not kindness. The goal is predictable fairness with unpredictable tolerance. Let me explain. Weak goodness. I understand. It's okay. Don't worry. Cruel behavior. How dare you? Powerful behavior. Don't do that again. Short, calm, done. No anger. No lecture. No emotional begging. Here's why it works. The brain measures seriousness by emotional cost. If you argue, gives emotional chaos. If you forgive instantly, gives no cost. If you respond calmly, gives clear boundary. Calm firmness creates psychological weight. That's why quiet people often intimidate louder ones. Because the brain senses control. Try this mental shift. Stop trying to prove you're kind. Start proving your reactions are consistent. People don't test kindness. They test limits. And once limits exist, respect appears automatically. But something interesting happens next. You will lose some people. Good, because the next section explains why losing certain people is actually proof of rising status. The disappearance effect. When you stop being endlessly accommodating. 3 types of people react differently. Type 1. The manipulators. They become irritated immediately. Why? Your behavior broke their expectation script. You removed their advantage. Type 2. The opportunists. They slowly fade away. They weren't attached to you. They were attached to your access. Type 3. The real allies. They move closer because boundaries signal self-respect, and self-respect attracts stable minds. Here's the hidden truth. You don't lose relationships when you set boundaries. You reveal their original nature. So if people distance themselves after you become balanced, they were never responding to you. They were responding to your compliance. And this is the shocking cost of goodness. Not that others exploit it, but that it hides who they really are. Goodness without limits blinds you socially. You think people like you, but they like the absence of resistance. Once resistance appears, reality appears. And now we reach Machiavelli's real lesson. Not fear, not love, predictability. The Machiavellian balance. Powerful individuals follow 3 rules. They are polite, they are fair, they are difficult to take advantage of, not aggressive, not submissive, predictable. Humans relax around kindness, but organize around reliability. If you forgive, everything gives you're safe to ignore. If you punish emotionally, gives you're unsafe to trust. If you respond consistently, gives you're stable to respect. Respect is stability plus consequence. That's it. Machiavelli wasn't teaching evil. He was warning good people. Morality without structure becomes weakness in social systems. Be good in intention. Be firm in response. That combination is rare, and rare things gain status automatically. Here's the truth most people learn too late. The world doesn't punish goodness. It tests whether goodness has a backbone. Kindness attracts people. Boundaries select them. So don't stop being good. Stop being endlessly absorbent. Calm fairness. Predictable reactions. Limited tolerance. You think goodness signals virtue. Biology interprets it as low threat. The brain constantly asks one silent question. What resistance will I face if I push further? Your behavior answers. The shocking cost of goodness is not suffering. It is invisibility. A completely good person becomes predictable. A predictable person becomes manageable. A manageable person becomes background. What you heard today is only the visible layer of a deeper structure, one that cannot be fully spoken publicly because once named plainly, it becomes socially denied. If you understood this, you did not feel motivated. You felt recognized? Subscribe if you want truth, not encouragement. This channel is not for everyone, only for those willing to see patterns they were trained not to notice. There is a deeper level beyond this, uncensored. But it is not for spectators, only for those ready to act differently tomorrow. Choose carefully. Victim or master, reactive or inevitable, invisible or respected. Make your choice.